Alright, square to moon, and I'm going to go over shoulder bashing and shield kicks, and how to react to someone who's rushing you down. As a red fighter, you fight at range. Yeah, you can get close, but ideally you want to be at range. Ideally, you're out of range of a sword border. If you got a shorter red like some of the min reds, 50 inches, you're just in the range where they can hit your arm and shoulder maybe. That means that you're either always in danger at close or just outside of danger range. Which means, once you're out of range, means that sword board is going to close that distance. He doesn't want you to break his shield. He doesn't want to lose his shield. So he needs to rush you down and kill you before you can break his shield. Well, the game has two nice answers for that. Well, one nice answer, and that is a kick. Kicking someone's shield is fun, but it's also dangerous. Dangerous for you. You can screw your ankle up. He could just keep going and knock you down. But shield kicks are also not as common anymore, and they're really not as good an answer as they used to be. Back in the days when I started, there were a lot more wood cord shields, a lot more big tower shields. You didn't have to raise your leg as high to kick somebody's shield. Now people have punches. If you kick somebody's punch shield, you're going to go right through it. Shoulder bashing is, shouldering into somebody is my favorite way of dealing with that. So I'm going to go over how I do a shield kick and how I do a shoulder check. And then after that, we're going to go over the rushing part of it. So I usually don't kick very often. When I do, it's usually as a sword and border, I'm trying to open somebody up. But when I do kick somebody as a red fighter, it's either a fake kick to get them to stop moving, or I'm kicking open their shield to throw that shot at their side. Or if you really think you can screw somebody up, I'll throw a kick just to stop somebody moving or to push them back. It looks cool, it's fancy, and if you get good at it, it's really effective. Nobody expects you to throw a kick anymore. It's super uncommon. Usually, if you throw a shot and that person blocks it, you get a free kick. They are not going to be able to swing at you. They're blocking your red. And the cool thing about that is if you kick them hard enough and they're out of range, you can go into that red right off the bat. A lot of times I'll get rushed. I don't do it as commonly as a shoulder bash, but I'll go and I'll put my weapon down here to the side and I'll kick up. And I'll push them back, and in the same motion you go down, kick, and then chop out. And you can block that shot if they're coming back in close. You want to kick the center of the shield. If they have a center grip shield, that usually means that's where their knuckles are. Their hand is right there, so you're not sliding that shield out one way or the other. You're going right into it. That force goes right in. Same concept as what I talk about with red shots. You want that force to go into their shield as safely as possible. Remember, no more than one step. If you go to 2 steps, it's a legal shield kick. You can also do a push. You can push that shield. You know, step. It's just like your shoulder bashing, your shoulder checking. There's 2 versions of the kick. You can push them or you can kick them. Like I said, it's not as common. My favorite though is shoulder bashing. It's real easy for me. Someone's rushing. I want to shoulder bash them and deflect off to the side. So the way I'll do it is they'll come in, I'll push my sword down into their sword side. So off to the right side, I'm trying to pin that sword down. There's a lot of coverage here. And if you can hit their arm, even better. If they're going to strike at you and you can tap that arm and smack that arm down, either way, smack the arm down, pull that weapon out of the way. They're about to bash you. Well, you're in a good stance here. You got that shoulder forward, you can tuck that head off to the side. I roll off of them. I let them come by me, I go boom, and I let them roll off past me. I'm not a big dude. I'm about 200 pounds. There are big dudes out there, 300 pounds. You're not stopping them. Let them go by you. Now, if you do, and they keep running, the best case or worst case scenario is they turn around. Well, you're not on the ground. It's pretty good. But best case scenario, they keep running. You have that back open, or you can throw a free red shot at them. But you've got to keep moving. So they push by you, you push them, you keep moving. Those are the 2 ways that I'll handle the rush. Well, two ways that I'll make contact with a rush. Really, when somebody's rushing you, you need to get the fuck out of there, or you need to incapacitate them during the rush. Remember, red fighting is about range. You want to be out here. But after that, it's about energy. This is a big stick. You're swinging it a lot. You want every fight to be as quick as possible. So if he's coming into your range and pushing, well, first of all, before he gets there, before we ever get to that range, you got a cast shot you can throw out there. Hopefully you can hit his leg. Well, if you can't, you can backpedal and get out of there. I prefer backpedaling to the side, off to the shield side. You back up, pull off to the shield side, and try to destroy a shield. But if it gets past that point, you're gonna have to do something else. And that is either a kick, a shoulder bash, or a real nice leg shot. But those are the ways that I handle that rush. Now that's from one shield fighter. If you get rushed by multiple shield fighters, you need to get the fuck out of there. Run, dip, go. If you can't, throw as many safe red shots at those shields as possible. You want to break at least one of them, or break one and get another red shot on another one. You want to get as many of those shields damaged as possible, because you're a shield breaking weapon. You're fighting two shield guys. They're both rushing you. It's past the point where you're throwing casts. It's a little late to be doing anything crazy. Now, the other thing you can do is if you got armor and a back shield, and you got two shield sword and board fighters running at you, you can block one, throw a shot at the other, and try to bash your way through in between them. I've done it a couple times. It doesn't feel great, but it feels badass as fuck once you push through both of them and turn around. Yeah, you might take hits to your armor and your back shield, but one of them has a red shot on this shit. So now that's one step closer to taking that shield of those two people. Can you do that push through again? Probably not. But those are kind of how I deal with rushes. You got the cast shot, you got a kick, you got a shoulder bash. Usually those are pretty good. I stick to those. I don't want to be thinking about too much.